morning, it's Becky Paxson. Had to put makeup on and everything for this, so feel honored. But so we're gonna go ahead and do some of the behaviors that I told you that you could start with. You already started with like a yes, and then giving your dog a treat so that they know yes means a treat. This is Triple E. She knows all this, so should be an easy one to show you with. One of the things I don't do is I don't name things right away. I want to make sure I have some consistency with the behavior. Once you get like a consistent sit, probably within a day or two, then you start adding the word sit, look. Leave it, we'll go ahead and use right away. But most of the things that I do, I want to make sure that the dog understands what the behavior is before we tell them what it is. So we are going to start, and I'm going to check this because my phone keeps making noises. And we're good. So what we're going to start with, since you've done the yes, is look, watch me, focus, whatever you want to name it. Trip knows this one right away. All you want to get is eye contact from your dog, because we always want them to look to us so that we can tell them what we want them to do. When Trip eats, she has to sit and look at me before I give her a command that it's okay to go and eat, or to sit and wait. Anything that I want my dog to always check in with me so I can tell him that yes, it's a good thing, you can do it or not. I hope my head's not getting cut off because I know on some of these it does. So we're going to start out with the watch me, look. I use look. You're going to start out with a treat in your hand, and you're just going to hold it out. And what you're looking for is this, exactly, and I'll turn around in a second, is yes. Trip is looking at me. You always want to give your marker yes first before you give the treat. Let's see if I can get her on the side here. See? So treat in my hand, yes. Then she looks at me, she gets a reward. With the puppies, you might have to make a noise. You could be standing there, and if she just looks up at you, you can yes and treat. If you're watching TV and you see that she's looking at you and right in the eyes, you can mark that too. So there are different ways to get behavior. You can get it by luring, which is what I will do with some things. She's impatient. So you can lure it with food. You can catch it. Watching TV, she's looking at you. Yes, mark that. Or you can shape it. And shape it is taking it in stages. So that's the look, watch me, focus. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Sit. She already knows this one. I'm going to take my treat, have it in my hand. This is your hand signal for sit. It's just a hand up. I'm going to put the treat in front of the nose. I'm going to bring it right over the head. That causes the head to go up, the butt to go down, for the most part. Just be patient with it with the puppies. As soon as you have the butt on the floor, it's a yes and reward. So I'm going to see if I can get Trip to back up. Good. Stand. Stand. Awesome. Good. This is my brat. Stand. Treat from the nose, over the head. Yes. Feet on the floor. She's very treat motivated. Stand. Yes. Good girl. If I'm done with her, I use a free command, free, so that I can reset her. When I have the consistency, sit, yes. Good girl, good job, free. That's all you want to do on your sit. Yes. You'll be able to, one of the things that we did, she did her AKC advanced tricks. And one of the tricks is to have your dog sit while you're 15 feet away from them. And that's exactly what she would do, is I can put her over by the door, walk 15 feet, tell her either a hand signal or tell her verbally to sit, and she'll sit on command. that's what you want to get to, right? I do a sit on the side. I'm going to show you how to do it, but really once you have that sit down, then you can start working on the side. I don't want my dog sitting in front of me all the time. I want him to sit on my side, you know, if I stop when I'm walking, if I stop at a curb, I want them on my side. I don't want them going back and forth. I just always want them near me. And if I do competition, which I do in some things, then I want to make sure that she can sit on the left and of the right. Ready? I name it side. She knows what that is, so you can do it whatever you want to name it. You ready? Side. Up here. Yes. Girl. Over here. You just want to take front. You just want to take the treat and guide your dog's nose, nice and slow. You ready? With her, I have to step, well, I don't have to step back with her, but generally when they're bigger, I have to step back. Wait. All right, ready? Right. So I'm just going to take her back. I'm going to bring her in towards me, and then I'm going to have her sit. Yes, good job. Back over here. And bring her in towards me. Sit. She's a great demo dog, isn't she? She's just so enthusiastic. You don't want to bring your hand out here because then your dog is sitting out here. So you want to take it straight back. Give your dog enough room behind you to turn around so that she comes back in straight, or he, and then do a sit. Good job. Good. All right, that's it. Next one is leave it. And believe it or not, she's 2.5, and her leave it, depending on what it is. When I start out with the puppies, I'll have a treat in one hand, treat in the other. I'm going to offer her the treat in the hand and tell her to leave it. When she leaves it, I'll reward her from the other hand. Leave it? Yes. I know, you're used to that, right? Leave it? Yes. Good girl. Leave it? Yes. Start out there just in your hand. You want the dog to look away, not just sit and continue to stare at the hand. You want them to break that contact so that you know it's actually a true leave it. On the floor, you can take some toys, you can take little items, set them along, have her on a leash, have her walk by the toys, not close enough where she can reach them, and that includes the paws, so that when you're walking by the toys, let's say I have some toys lined up here, stop, and we're walking, I'm going to go leave it if she goes to turn towards it. I like to try and catch them just before they're fully involved, because then it's a little bit harder to get them to understand to break away, and it's too much excitement, too much high value. So if I see that head going like this, I'm going to go leave it, and when she leaves it, I'm going to go yes and reward. I know, I said yes, there you go, you can have that. You like this, don't you? We can take it on the floor, back up, sit, sit. Leave it. Yes. No! She wasn't supposed to take it, but she knows I gave her a yes command that she can go ahead and take it. Back up. Leave it. Yes. She doesn't know the treat's coming back from me. With the puppies, back up. Sit. Wait. With the puppies, yeah, you can take the treat, put it on the floor. They're just going to come over because they see it on the floor. I'm going to cover it with my hand. Get it? What's it? Leave it? Yes. Good girl. Puppies are going to dig at your hand. They're going to lick. They're just going to do everything they can. Leave it. See? They're going to do everything they can to try and get that treat out from under your hand. So you always have your hand ready to cover it up, and then you start moving your hand as you see the dog is responding. Then you start moving your hand away until you get, leave it, yes, until you get that. Good girl, sit.